The Philadelphia 76ers and Atlanta Hawks are facing off in the second round of the 2021 NBA playoffs. The postseason veterans looking for that NBA title going up against the upstarts and one of the best young players in the league in Trae Young. Lots of drama with this series, and in today's video I'm previewing what we can expect and giving you my prediction for who will win it. Sixers and Hawks. Hawks and Sixers. Brotherly love versus spicy lemon pepper wings. I don't know about you, but I'll pick the wings 10 times out of 10. This is going to be a fun series, and I, for one, know that Trae Young will be happy to be playing in a visiting arena where the fans know how to respect the opposing players. Maybe not. Guys, so glad you could join me on today's video. My name is Troy, and this is the Half Court Report YouTube channel. Make sure you drop a like on this video. It really helps out the channel, and it tells YouTube to show this content to more people. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have those notification bells turned on. You don't want to miss any of the videos, any of the content I have coming out. I am previewing every single playoff matchup all the way through the NBA Finals. And you know what? Thrive Fantasy wants to make sure you're still getting your fantasy fix, even through the NBA playoffs. I'm a big fan of these guys. With Thrive, you can eliminate the countless hours of research and focus on only the top-tier athletes that have the biggest impact on the game. So here's how this works. You choose your available player props to build your lineup. Each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. And if you do hit the most props and rack up the most points, you're going to win a share of the prize pool. Thrive has over $20,000 guaranteed in prizes weekly. And get this, they have awarded over $4 million in prizes. All you have to do is use promo code HCR when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant match of up to $50 on your first deposit. So download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or the Play Store, or you can also visit their website at thrivefantasy.com. And I've got all this information in the description of this video. Definitely check them out. And speaking of fantasy, or I don't know, maybe more like a nightmare, the Sixers will have to win this series without their big man. Joel Embiid, the process, is out with a knee injury. The Sixers were able to defeat the Washington Wizards in 5 games, that last game without Embiid, but the Hawks are a different animal, and a literal animal. Now, I know that the Sixers are saying Embiid is day-to-day with this injury, but hear me out. Based on what I know about knee injuries and lateral meniscus tears from my medical degree from the University of Phoenix, I would be shocked if Embiid plays at all in this series against Atlanta. So I am making this preview and prediction with the assumption that he's going to be on the sidelines in his finest Old Navy pants and Balenciaga t-shirt. The way this series goes is going to come down to the mano-a-mano point guard matchup between Ben Simmons and Trae Young. And these are two players that could not be more opposite. First, Ben Simmons. The dude is a legit 6'10". Where do you get off playing point guard at 6'10"? But he does it, and he does it well. He's a stellar defender. He rebounds like a boss. He can set up his teammates for days. Dude is averaging almost a triple-double in the playoffs, okay? With Embiid out, though, the question is, can Simmons shoulder more of that scoring load? And who on the Sixers is going to step up to replace Embiid's scoring average of 24 points per game from the first series against Washington? My money will be on Tobias Harris and Danny Green. Harris especially will become the #1 option for the Sixers. Look for him to add to his already impressive performance from the first-round series. Keep your eye on Seth Curry, too. Doc Rivers might be forced to limit his son-in-law's minutes due to his defensive shortcomings. That's going to be especially true depending on the matchups and who the Hawks roll out. I also wouldn't be surprised at all to see Dwight Howard get an increase in minutes at that center spot. If he can have a game or two of vintage Dwight, of vintage D12, or even Houston Rockets level D12, then that bodes well for the Sixers and their quest to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. But standing in their way is the Atlanta Hawks. They defeated the New York Knicks in 5 games all the while making Julius Randle look like Chasen Randle. No disrespect to the Stanford man and journeyman point guard. The Hawks are led by Rayford Young, you know him better as Trae, and if Ben Simmons is the defender extraordinaire who doesn't always look to score and never takes threes, Trae's defense is more of the Matador variety, and he looks to score every time down the floor and is going to shoot it from anywhere he pleases, thank you very much. Like Simmons, though, Trae will set up his teammates and is averaging almost 10 assists per game in these playoffs to go along with his almost 30 points per. And with the big man Joel Embiid not patrolling the paint, look for Trae to take it to the rack time and time again. Trae is flanked by teammates Bogdanovic, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, and Clint Capella. All those guys are averaging double figures so far in the playoffs. I'm especially eager to see what type of series Clint Capella will have, since he won't be facing the process in this round. Would not be inconceivable for him to have one of his monster 20-point, 20-rebound games at some point. And with a lack of rim protection in Embiid, Trae Young is going to be throwing so many lobs to his big guys that Ice Trae may need an ice pack for his shoulder. So who's the pick? Philly's game plan will be slowing down Trae Young, and then I think they're going to be slowing down Trae Young, or at least attempt to. I expect to see Ben Simmons, Danny Green, and Matisse Thybulle all spending copious amounts of time guarding Trae and making Atlanta beat them with their supporting players. I would keep my eye on Bogdanovic. After a slow start to the season, he came on like a man on fire and a guy I think is ready to break out in the playoffs. There's also two sleeping giants for the Hawks in Danilo Gallinari and Lou Williams. I think both of these guys, with their veteran experience and playoff resumes, are primed to go off at any time and have a big series. But this matchup really all comes down to the lack of Philly's MVP. For Philly, they're going to have to find ways to overcome the loss of Joel while also dealing with the size Atlanta brings to the floor. Look for lots of small ball, outside shooting, and Philadelphia using defense to slow down Trae. Still, when it's all said and done, I'm going with the team with more experience over the neophyte nest makers. My prediction is that the Sixers will win in 6 games, but Atlanta will gain valuable experience for the years ahead. Hey, I need you to let me know in the comments who you have winning this series. Drop your predictions down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like to help support the channel, and make sure you are subbed up for new NBA videos several times a week. Make sure to check out the boxes on the screen for more NBA content just like this. My name is Troy. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.